Hey, what's up, man? It's Aeronautics, man, here. Um, Hope I'm in the shot and everything like that. They had some video camera problems and stuff like that, so just wanted to show you guys that, so got the Avantone MixCubes. Came in today in the mail and stuff like that, and I was really digging them. I ordered them from American Musical Supply. They Avantone Pro Active MixCubes box right here. And then, so, they have, which a lot of people are using that phones on the counter. I mean, only, absorb might be doing and stuff like that. But I think if you just keep a hold of, the foam that it comes with, then that might suit you, just as well, other than, going out and spending some extra money on, on that foam and shock stuff that comes that you buy extra, foam and stuff like that. So, and I guess, if you want to like I guess spray paint it black and dry it in your garage, because I'm more of an artist than, spend useless money sometimes. But I think that might work for you. There you go. Put that in the foam like so. I mean, of course, one's a little higher than the other, so you don't use the double-sided one. Just use the bottom one, which I don't know which one that is. I think it's y'all bear with me, but I think it might be this one maybe, just like the same height or whatever. Because this one's like very very large and stuff, so in scale, as far as height is concerned. But anyways, y'all, I'll figure that out later. But I was really happy with what arrived. It came with some really nice features. This really nice, uh, back area right here and stuff. Um, those are, I think those are vents or something like that. But got your balance input plug right there, which I heard all XLRs are balanced. You can see that you got a grounded switch. We can ground it or not. The plug. You get a little buzz and humming. You can adjust the gain on the speaker knob, which all of these knobs are really solid. Like each one of these speakers is like, for me right now in 2018, since prices change and stuff, but each one of these is like 50 or something like that. You know, um, a lot of people just use them for referencing and mixing down things to make sure that the entire mix sounds great at the end of doing a project and stuff like that. Um, that and, but yeah, I was just really hype about number one, like the first thing that kind of caught me off guard about the speaker is just really how great it looks. I saw them in my neighborhood store, my neighborhood used music store, and I was like, man, what is that? So I researched the brand and found out that it was kind of like a remake of the NS10s or whatever. And from that point on, so I just started doing research on it, and found out that it was like pretty much a reference speaker that, if you look at the KRKs on the ends, when this speaker starts to beating and knocking, it has a really solid bass response. And when people listen to headphones and stuff like that, they don't typically have the same bass response. So from listening to headphones versus listening to the KRKs, you got to think about it. These speakers that we have, they have this really what they would call extended lows and extended high frequency ends. These, I'm not a science person or nothing like that. I did read about frequencies and stuff like that, but to just keep it really, really simple for everybody. What I learned from these the speaker that I studied and actually just, have now bought is that buying, which American Music Supply has like a 3 payment plan where, you pay the first plan and then pay the first payment, and whatever you buy is pretty much at your doorstep in like 2 days. So I'll pay for them, the rest of them for like the next 2 months. I'll pay like $100 or whatever, 100 and some change. But anyways, what I really was looking for was, and it took a lot of maturity to realize that, when you create music in the studio, you're creating it, you're enjoying it, it sounds great, it sounds amazing, but, the downfall is when you get into somebody else's speakers, and somebody's vehicle, or somebody's, setting, or their home, or, you're in the living room, you want to play something, you hook up the aux, to your phone, you got to realize in the studio anymore where you have those speakers on the right side and these in the middle. And so what ends up happening is all the low end of like monitor speakers normally kicks a low and a low mid through here, and then you get your highs through here. And instead of those sounds being instead of these sounds being kind of, separate in their entities coming out of this speaker, you have pretty much everything coming out of here. And so it's literally a challenge to get what's coming out of here from the low end on the subs, and the low mids to come out of here. I hear that working with these is an actual challenge. You know what I mean? You want, basically, if there used to be a philosophy that used to be spoken to me all the time, and that was that, when you mix and you're making music in the studio and stuff like that, do it on trash speakers. Because if you do it on trash speakers and it comes out and it sounds good, and I'm not calling these trash speakers at all, but if you can do something and make it sound great on trash speakers, then when you do it on a hot on a when you go and play it anywhere else, then it's gonna sound great everywhere else you go. And what this is a speaker that doesn't, of course, because you see one speaker here, you know that everything has to come out of here. Everything has to come out of here. There's no, oh, I got a speaker for low and I got a speaker tweeter for high. There's none of that. All of this comes out of here. And, basically, if you can make it sound good on here, it'll sound good anywhere. Basically, what you hear out of here is 9 times out of 10 what you'll hear everywhere, because the speaker is not made to give you a cool sense of bass or a cool sense of high. You know what I mean? And I'm still using these. You know what I mean? You use your primary pair so that you can pick up on those low lows and those high highs, which those still come out of here, but it's a balanced range of everything coming at you. So 9 times out of 10, what you hear coming out of this speaker will be what you hear coming out of your headphones, and on like iPod headphones or iPhone headphones or whatever. Basically like the all around reference speaker is what this is. These are created to give you an accurate, true sense of what you're creating in the studio and what it will sound like everywhere else. So, if you don't hear enough low coming out of here, or the presence of some low end coming out, then you might want to kick it up a little notch, because it's not coming through, or maybe your vocals are too loud and it sounded good coming out of here, but when you listen on here, it sounds like they're too loud. You might want to bring them down a bit, because this is a full range. I can't wait till my other KRK speaker comes in, so that my whole monitoring system for creating records will be balanced. But yeah, so basically what I intend on doing is checking my mix. I intend on creating on both speakers, but I intend on checking my mix on the Avantones, and I look forward to listening and checking on my basses, my low bass, my sub bass on the KRKs, as well as pretty much I'll probably create more on the KRKs and monitor more on the Avantones. But I'm actually thinking I'll probably leave them all on pretty much at the same time while I'm creating music. Like if I were creating a record right now, with drums, you know, trumpet, and baritone, mellophone, guitar, bass, or whatever, I probably, will listen to everything on there. But I was definitely very thankful for Avantone in the way that they manufacture and ship stuff. Cause I open this stuff up with a knife, or whatever, and I open up the box with a knife. And the speakers came in this really, really large box. It was protected by like the foam you see there on the bottom is protected by the foam. But they also had another set of boxes in between this box and that foam. So when I got ready to cut it, I didn't mess up or damage the cream piano jet gloss finish on these beautiful speakers. I plan on taking immense great care of them for a time to come. And I look forward to, creating great music in the studio that once I, go through my distribution and have it put on to, the different streaming services, or if I decide to create, records out of my mixes and stuff like that, that I look forward to things translating well and sounding great across the plethora of all stereo systems, and that's why I bought a pair of these. A lot of people talk about buying one because they just want to monitor the entire mix in mono through it. But I don't know, that's cool. I definitely like to pan things and move things from left to right and all that kind of stuff. And so I just wanted to go ahead and just go for the pair and stuff like that. So um, you know, I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to using them. I thank them for creating them and making them. And I'm very thankful to God that I finally come to a maturity level in my life where I don't only want to just bump stuff in my studio, but I also want to, listen for truth. I want to know that what it is I'm creating right now is going to sound as authentic as it sounds in the studio everywhere where I might go play it. I don't want an over sense of enjoyment in the studio and then go out and I'm underwhelmed by the sound that it is that I've created. I need to go back to the studio and tweak it and turn this up some and turn that down some. I'd love to just have that feeling off the bat right now, no questions asked, you know what I'm saying, and just go out and play that song with confidence, man, because at the end of the day, I feel like the last thing you ever want to have to do with music and you're playing it to somebody is turn around and ask them, hey, did you hear that? Could you hear that? Did you hear that? Can you hear it? Did you hear that? Music should speak for itself. And so, I want to know that what it is I'm listening to with my own ears is actually, what's actually being played and what's actually going to be heard is a better way of saying it. When I'm creating, when I play it in the studio, whatever I'm hearing, I want that to be heard. Whatever I'm playing, I want that to be heard. That's our definition in music as translated. We want what we're creating in the studio to translate to you, the listener, and the other creators. And so that's why I'm kind of going with this and, or have gone with this. I look forward to using them. I made a video before this, but for some reason, like, just having some camera issues. But they say, in the manual, and you'll see it, that you should do about 24, I think, to 72 hours or 48 to 72 hours worth of, which is basically boils down to basically about 3 days of constant playing time through the speaker. About 3 days worth of constant playing time through the speaker in medium level volume. And that's just so that, if you think about, what's a good way of putting it? Just think about like stretching. If something's going to stretch, if its stretching capacity is from here to here, you gotta actually stretch it out in order for it to actually have that threshold from here to here. You can't just boom, boom, boom. You need to spend some time playing it and developing its stretching capacity. Imagine that's a speaker and it beats from here to here. Like this speaker cone like moves. Speaker cones, they move. That's what they do. And so think about the length of this being able to move from here to here. Boom, 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 boom. You want to make sure that you want to grow it from that. You want to give it time to stretch into that. Like think about it like a muscle. You stretch and the muscle and the bicep gets bigger. It grows, but you gotta work it out. So you gotta push it. You gotta push it a little bit, but not push it all at once at one time. So, you know, and that 24-hour, 48-hour to 72-hour window is basically if you're trying to get into mixing, uh, you know, something down and being, you know, having that sense of confidence behind that mix in that song that you're doing immediately. They're saying out of the box, straight out of the box. If you want to use this joker, you know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that you give it this amount of time um, with constant play at a medium level volume, which it can all be found inside of the manual, which, you know, I was kind of trying to dig and show that to you guys or whatever. But, you know, I don't have to show you guys everything because, you know, it'll take out of the experience of you actually ordering yours and enjoying yours and stuff like that. But, you know, I want to thank y'all for chilling out the live stream and stuff like that. And a mosquito in here, but anyways, man, I love y'all, man. Y'all take care. It's Aironautikz, man. I just want to share that with y'all. Um, didn't really want the channel to be about like gear and stuff like that, you know, but we are all like gearheads. It really, at the end of the day, kind of doesn't really matter about all gear, because at the end of the day, it is about the music. So, I wanted people to really be more so interested in the music than the gear that I'm actually using. But, when they actually arrived, I was excited. I did want to share them. And hope y'all enjoy what it is I'm doing here. And hope y'all enjoy the music. Go type in Aironautikz on Spotify and listen to all my music. Maybe I'll do a video later on. I don't know. Y'all just have fun with this, and we'll see what's yet to come. Peace.